Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing well again during this quarantine. I know it's freaking crazy out there, but I'm sure everybody is managing just fine and can't wait to get out just like me. Anyway, today I'm going to be presenting a PowerPoint over a cool creature for Biology 100 at Grandview. So, this is my PowerPoint. This is my cool creature project. The creature I chose was the Sagittarius serpentarius, which in our terms is the secretary bird. It is a part of the Animalia kingdom and the Chordata phylum, the Avis class, the Falconiformes order, the Accipitridae family, and the Sagittarius genus. Sorry about the pronunciations. I am not a scientist or biologist by any means. And that's the bird there, the secretary bird. The closest relatives to a secretary bird, it is actually cousins with a raptor, but it is also closely related to the Cariamides, which is pictured right here. It has more distant relatives, which I'm sure are more well known to you, like buzzards, vultures, and kites. But those are more distant cousins. The raptor is the closest relative to the secretary bird. Their geographic range and habitat, meaning their region of location where they're mainly found, they're found throughout Africa, south of the Sahara Desert, but they're not found in the extreme desert locations in the Sahara. They don't necessarily like it to be super, super hot, but they don't mind a semi-desert. They do prefer open savannas and grasslands. They really like grasslands that come up to about chest high so they can still see over the grass so they can hunt their prey. So that is like their main area of habitat, and their main location found, like I said, is Africa. And this is like a picture of a desert slash grassland slash wooded area, pretty much a 3-for-1 for what they prefer most of the time where they would like to live. The physical attributes of the secretary bird, they stand about 1.2 meters tall, so about 3 feet tall. And they weigh approximately 3 to 4 kilograms, which would be about 8 to 9 pounds. And their wingspan is again, about 3 to 3.5 feet, which you can see here. From tip to tip would be 3.5 feet. Sorry for that. Tip to tip be 3.5 feet for their wingspan. As you can tell, they are typically gray in color with black flight feathers, which are these things pulled out here. And they have, where you can't see it here, but on the first picture, I think you saw it pretty well, they have black tipped feathers on the back of their head and a red colored face. And they have this little plumage down here is what it's called by their legs. It's black. It kind of makes it look like they're wearing shorts. I just thought that was kind of something funny to throw in there. Reproduction of the secretary birds, they can raise 2 young, which are called broods, within 10 months, a 10-month time span. So they would be, but no more than 2 within that 10 months time span. So after that 10 months, they're capable of reproducing again and having another brood. They can reproduce anytime throughout the year. It doesn't matter winter, fall, summer, spring, they can do it whenever. And they range from laying 1 to 3 eggs each year. So that goes along with that 2 young each 10 months. And it takes roughly 45 days for one of the eggs to hatch. And then from the laying of the egg, it takes 105 days till they can be independent. So that is another 60 days after they're born until they can be independent. And then the mother and the father of the secretary birds do mutually care for their young. So the mother isn't doing most of the work or the father isn't doing most of the work. They are sharing duties. Just some simple life facts about the secretary bird. Here's a better picture of those black tip feathers there and the red face. But some simple life facts. They can live up to 18 years old, and sometimes in zoos they honestly live longer just because they aren't out in the wild trying to survive on their own. And when you see them out in the wild, you typically find them in pairs, so you won't typically find them alone, but you won't find them in big groups. Once they wake up in the morning, they're not nocturnal or by any means, but when they wake up in the morning, they wait for the grass to settle and the morning dew to get off before they start the day hunting. And oddly, these birds with the big wingspan they enjoy walking places rather than flying. And the stuff that they eat are insects, spiders, grasshoppers, and sometimes they eat small mammals like mice and mongooses, and the occasional freshwater fish if they can catch it. I would just like to say, later gators. That was a little bit about the secretary bird, and that was what I chose for my cool creature project. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful summer. Thanks.